Yeah. Hey. Hey. Yeah. In my younger days, I thought about getting paid. Mansion in the hills, me moving to LA. Lay low, stack the bills. I flip. This life can get you killed. Best watch your lip. Money in, money gone. Money in. Flip. Ay. Money in, money gone. Money in. Flip.
I'd like to welcome you to Motherfucking World Podcast in the world. What's up, Dad? Why was it crazy?
Time shit out, man.
No, I'm sorry. But you know, normally when I say, you know, you'd be like, it's already going, so I didn't think that needed a precursor. But, no, I appreciate your... Hold on, I just got sent something.
What's the phone?
Okay. All right. So I had some shirt that I was thinking about in Vegas that I didn't get off, and I think this is the perfect time. So I think it was my last night in Vegas, and this is gonna come to you, so just bear with me for a second. It was my last night in Vegas. I was leaving the function. I was walking back, and as I was walking back, it was like.
It's a 6:30 a.m. night.
Nah, this is the before I gotta get on my plane night.
Okay.
So it's probably like 3 or something, and I'm walking back, and as I'm walking on the strip, I see a family. I see a mother, a father, and a child on the dad's shoulders, and they're walking the strip.
Child is alive.
The child has to be like 6 years old, and the child is fully functional. The child is fully here for the vibes, fully here for the lights. And it made me think. There's two type of parents, at least in my opinion. There's ones who are like, we're gonna put the kids in the risk, and there's one who like, we're gonna minimize the risk. I personally think that kid, like, they're gonna have a great like life experience, because, you know, like 3 a.m. under the age of like 8 on the Vegas Strip, like that's a memory. Like that's gonna stay with you. So I'm just curious, as a father. First question: would you take your kids to Vegas? No, just straight up no.
Not the strip at 3 a.m., bro.
You said the Vegas period.
That's what I was gonna say to Vegas, and then I was gonna say,
I like football.
so the kid could go to Vegas as well.
Go to Allegiant. Am I gonna hold somebody on my shoulders at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 3 a.m. on the strip? No.
Now, to be fair, we're on the far end, so I was staying at the Tropicana Hotel, and they were walking up towards the strip. So, to be fair, they weren't in the heart of it. But, to be fair, that night, I mean, maybe not at 3 a.m., but like...
Who knows what that child saw that day?
Up until midnight, I was definitely seeing kids all up and down the strip. So my question is, you're pro bring the kids, but you're not pro put them into action.
No. I'm not even pro bring the kids to Vegas to do the whole Vegas thing. What is there for kids to do in Vegas, bro? That is the adult place.
Sightsee?
What am I bringing them there for?
They got circus.
Yeah, they got circus, they got sightseeing, big pools.
In Vegas to want to have my
Endless
kids.
pools.
All right, what about LA? Could you take the kids to LA?
Yeah, why not?
New Orleans.
Why not?
That's why you laugh.
Love no limit.
What about Miami?
Get some family time in the yams.
That's what I'm saying. So everywhere but Vegas, you could get.
I'm trying to be a super degenerate in Nevada, so I don't need that in my kids.
The state of Nevada.
So you're not trying to be a super degenerate in Miami, is what you're telling me.
I don't have to be. I mean,
I like that. I don't have to be.
Florida resident. I feel like at some point When you go to Vegas, you're going to be a degenerate. You're not going there to be humble. Why I got my kids here, bro? Doesn't make sense to me.
Is there any turn up city where you could, all right, like I was like, yo, would you take your kids to Mykonos?
Sure, why not?
That's the super turn up. Like, you gonna take them there, though?
I'm just trying to sightsee at that point. I'd rather sightsee them sites with the kids versus a fucking shooting water in Nevada and shit, personally. No, I'm not taking them to Vegas to walk the strip at 3 a.m.
Life lessons, bro. Vibes.
At 6? I can't even remember that far back, bro. Personally.
You can't remember the first grade? First time I got on the plane when I went to London.
I
Summer of 6th grade. Miss Kelly sent me a letter.
I remember field day.
Miss Kelly definitely sent me a letter in the summer asking about my travels. Yeah. I remember. I think my first memories are like around that time, like 6, 7, 8.
8 is for me. Like, I can get down with 8.
You don't remember Miss Bean in the 2nd grade? I'm just saying,
Because I had a black teacher, and I think her name was Miss Smith.
You know, like, you don't just, I'm not saying like
That's
all
why
the
that's why I remember first grade, because I had a black
tough.
teacher named Miss
She
Brown.
was tough. Look, you see?
That's a little nasty.
It was the 2nd grade.
It's a little nasty.
See, I don't remember all the memories vividly, but I remember
I got
being
baptized. She pulled up. Like,
That's all right.
That's hey, she was fucking with you.
That's okay.
Or she was fucking with your pops.
she was fucking with my mom's.
Okay.
Be a deeper meaning there. You never know.
Calm
You gotta
down.
relax.
Calm
You gotta calm down.
She might have been buying the stuff.
What?
Oh, wow.
That's even worse.
That's even lit. That's more lit.
That's even worse.
That's
Jay.
more-
Marvin, what
That's
do you mean?
more lit.
Where
That's
you at,
more
Miss
lit.
Smith?
Where you at? She might still be a
She probably
client.
like 50.
She's probably still right. That's all right.
You be seeing the
be
older
seeing
ladies in
some
the
50
spots.
jumps.
They be
Yeah.
in the joints like, yes, I does this.
It's a famous 67-year-old Joan just got the BBL. She had the
Bro.
internet and the chokehold for a little bit.
Yeah, why do you know about the 50-year-old BBL?
66.
Like, that's
67,
crazy.
67.
67 is crazy.
She made it to the DMV Hood News pages and all
okay.
of those type pages. So,
All right.
yeah.
Do you follow them or do they just end up on your timeline?
I follow one Joan because they actually drop news. Not
Kilmer.
like,
Kilmer?
yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
You follow them too?
No. I don't
He ended
follow.
up on my Joan enough where it was just
I don't
like,
follow any of
I
them.
might as well just go ahead. But that's on Insta though.
I don't follow any of them, not because I don't care. It's just
Yeah, it's
that
not-
I
it's
don't
not
need
like-
all that in my life.
For sure. Like certain shit is just like I don't want to know about. That's why I don't follow
It's
certain
just
pages.
like
A lot of violence.
it's like I would rather be kind of ignorant to some of the violence because like you'll get like some regular news violence on like Channel 8 or like Fox 5, you know, News 4 at 11.
and shit.
You know, you tune in at one of the hours, they'll be like, oh, you know, someone got killed. You know, so, bro, the Kill Moby having all the details, like
Who killed him?
who play by play, and then you go in the comments and it's just wicked. It's just like, yeah, it's too much for me
They've been
personally.
beefing since.
Yeah, people telling stories. It's just like I told you in my new religion, it's just about good vibes, you know. So like I'm not really trying to like put myself in the way of negative energy, you know, like that's not really what we're doing. We're doing as much positive energy as possible. Like that's kind of the vibes. Also, I don't know if this transitions well, but it's on my thing.
Keep going. Keep going, Charles.
In my religion, like,
What?
you know, check it. There's not really like a lot of like I said, bylaws. Like there's no, you know, like you're like we got like the 10 Commandments of Christianity, and it's just like don't do this, don't do that. That's a little bit too much for me. Like God hasn't put it upon my heart yet to do anything like that. So this is subject to change. But one of the things that like I wouldn't be mad at is like
Hey, James.
buying pussy, because here's the thing.
Hey, son.
No.
Hey, son.
Here's the thing.
We pardon tonight.
Here's the
Yes,
thing.
sir.
No. Here's the thing. You gotta relax.
No.
You gotta,
You said I wouldn't be mad at buying pussy. But here's the thing.
But here's the thing.
When the nigga jump straight into here's the thing.
Here's the thing. I
Like, you
haven't.
got-
Listen.
Elmatic.
Listen. All right, I'm a
Going on,
pass it.
bro? It just started, son.
Listen, it says buying pussy and it says progressive.
No, keep going. I don't want to know.
So the question, so the more because
this is your point, brother.
I wasn't thinking about the religion part at first, but since I have the religion now,
Since we
since religion is my thing now, like I am a founder, I have to
You're insane.
I have to get certain things popping within the religion. So I was thinking buying pussy is a mad as you see here, it says progressive.
Since yesterday.
Pussy is a bad buying pussy is bad progressive. Because think about this. If we start people early enough,
Set up.
no, listen.
If we start them early enough,
Listen. What I'm saying is, if we start people early enough with the idea that buying pussy isn't a bad thing,
okay,
we would probably limit
sex ed ages.
Yes,
okay.
we would limit sexual assaults. We would limit pervert behavior, like your man Deshaun Watson. We limit just unhappy people feeling like they have to be somewhere or stuck in certain relationships, because if you made it okay that people would just buy the service of having sex and made it more of a normal hey you would limit a lot of these issues that we have as a society, a patriarchal society, where we put sex as a thing. It becomes a thing.
One, high five for the patriarchal society. You know what I'm saying? Two, are we just doing sex or are we getting into all kinks?
But see, that's the thing. Right now, you can buy all that stuff.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying.
Sexual assault and all of that.
That's what I'm saying.
I was just if niggas just go ahead and board a kink.
But niggas can though. But the thing is that niggas get shamed and niggas have to do that in silence.
Yeah.
My thing is that if we do this buying pussy, we make it a progressive thing in which people don't feel shame, people don't feel like they need to
But that's why I was
hide and do it.
That's why you can't limit it to buying pussy, because them niggas is getting stomped on. And that's not pussy.
And I would say any sexual act. I would
anything
just
that causes a release.
Yeah, once you start having you want to play with people's feet and that's your thing. But people do that now. And nobody really
Why are you shaming? I'm just playing.
Playing with the feet, that's not my thing, but some people's that's thing.
Shout out to the ladies with the nice toes, man. You are appreciated.
But that's normal now. If you were yo, people be buying feet, some people gonna be feet pics. Some people look at you weird, but there's a segment of people that's their thing. That's okay. If we make it more progressive as a whole and the sexual umbrella,
this nigga
niggas will. I'm trying to tell you,
his faces have been
the Chuck. Listen,
I've seen today.
The Chuckism is real, and I'm just trying to tell you, that seems like a really good vibe. Are we I don't know. I don't need you guys to stamp the ism. I just need you guys to maybe say I'm leading yes, I'm leading no. That's kind of what I need. I need a lead yes or no.
I'm with the progression.
That's what I'm saying. Progressive society.
Fuck you.
That's what I like to hear.
No one wants to see women getting harmed.
Listen, I'm thinking it like this. So, if you made it so
if that's your foresight, then I'm with it.
If you made it so like this, not even that all women did it, there's professionals. We have strictly professionals who do this. So yes, there are people who sell this. Okay. But if we made it so
we need
that
to get them a union.
Something like that. My stripper union, that was a thing of the past, but we can bring that back.
Or an administration.
Something to the nature. Yeah. Just some
they need to be protected.
Some organization as a whole.
They need to be protected.
If we just made it so that the idea of, hey, I am paying, so if it was common courtesy within a society, hey,
or you can make it mandatory for the businesses to provide health insurance for sex workers.
That's a deeper thing. I'm just talking about just the casual interaction. So my thing is that if we made it
we have monkeypox out here though, Chuck.
That's true, but at this point, everyone has to be out for themselves. This is I'm not in the Chuckism. That's a big thing. It's protect yourself. Honestly, I'm big on God knows more than me. So it's not for me to just be deciding things. That's not my bag. It's for God to decide. So I'm just here to.
That's one thing I feel about the Chuckism. Chuck is just hey bro, if you want to get down with me, get down with me. But just know, you can answer the call and get down with me.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like you about to get down with me and then be oh, he told me. No, I'm telling you, I'm telling you what the main principles are. We got a God. And he's like, we got a guy. He's already been here. Like, he's an old. Like, we're not really rebranding this.
We're not redoing that.
We're not doing nothing. We're just saying like the vibes that are here. We're just trying to make the vibes a little better. Like that's all we're doing in the Jungism. So like, and you're like, oh, like I'm not giving you no doomsday. There's no doomsday count. There's none of that. It's really we're vibing out. We're waiting for a guy to tell us what we need to do next. And, you know, this is a very fluid thing. Like, if the rule book change, like, my constitution isn't set in stone. Put it like that. Like, my books ain't like...
Old Testament, New Testament.
Yeah, like, oh, you right. Listen, that's a good... You know what?
Charles Snow.
We're doing the Old Testament is starting now. So everything until... everything until God comes to me and is just like, yo, this is the New Testament. This is all Old Testament. So like the Bible the Bible pussy is bad progressive in the Old Testament. Like, you know, who knows in the New Testament? The laws may change.
So what's wrong with you, bro? Like, what?
Charles said, you know, the Torah wasn't that bad.
I'm just saying. All right, but I guess my larger point was that
oh man,
I think we can make it a more progressive society if we lean into like, yo, you could be able to buy the church. I think if we really
you're gonna have fun at it in there.
If we really do that, we can really get into it. So I think actually this is an actual good segue. So I saw this article.
No, Charles, that was a hell of a segue.
I don't know.
Anyone tell you otherwise?
I didn't read the article, but I definitely saw there was an article floated around about how older men are being more lonely now that relationship standards have increased for women. And there's like, and it was a psychologist. I think he did a study. Now, I feel like I've said this before, and like most of these things that like, it's kind of hard to do studies on humans in that way because how studies work, you cannot like, there's no controlled group. There's like people just are in relationships. So like, unless you're gonna start with the couple from like day one of a relationship, everything you're getting is just anecdotal evidence. There's no really like, hey, I sat here and I observed this. Now there are studies like that where people over a time period. I don't know if that was that. I think this is like a...
But it's not this many fucking people, though.
And also, like, most of those studies are, like, in the range of, like, the hundreds. It's not, like...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's in the range of the hundreds, if the hundreds.
You know, it's not, like, thousands to millions of people being...
Yeah.
So...
And I think this joint was, like, what, 5,000?
Take that way to where. But I think there is something to the idea that as standards or as... Not that standards increase, but as women... no longer have to like need men in a society
or settle.
No, I don't think. See, and that's why, and I'm glad you brought up settle because I think that's something that we like to lie and say is exclusive to women, but like plenty of men settle. Like plenty of men don't end up with like that's not how life works.
It's a great white buffalo.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's plenty of men who are with people that they don't necessarily love. So like there's that idea of settling is a two-way street. It just sounds better.
James, say something.
It just I think it just sounds better if it's like, yo.
I'm just thinking like, okay, how's the man? How are they gonna say the man is the one that's more lonely?
Well, because I think more the divorces are initiated by a woman. I think there's...
So are these women not lonely as well? And aren't there more women in the fucking world? That should mean that more of these women are fucking lonely than these men.
Well, I think it's more so
if they're not finding that.
I think it's more so responses as well to what's going on. I honestly think there's something to it because think about it like this: if you lived a whole society in which your earning power is strictly tied to like or how much money you have is many a times strictly tied to who you marry as a woman
or date,
then you probably have to stay with a lot more shit than you would want to. Probably have to put up with way more shit than you would like to. Now, if you change that and you have a certain amount of earning power and you could be like, yo, I'm out of here. I don't have to stay here. So I definitely think like just as a society, like yes, women that has expanded. So yes, there are, I think, a group of women who are just like, yo, I'm not going to stay here. But like I'm always interested in like what happens on like the back end because like people talk about like older men like divorcing their wives and like, yo, they can't do anything for themselves and shit. And like, that makes sense. Like in most older people relationships, the man did certain thing and the woman did certain thing. In most newer relationships, that's not really how it works. So when you switch those roles and then people start getting divorced or people start separating and things of that nature, well, men have been, in theory, have been more inclined to be doing all these other things. So, like, he's probably going to have reared the child more. He's probably going to have cooked and cleaned more. So, let's say they do leave. Not the older men who are like 40, 50, 60. Now, I'm talking about your people in your teens and up who are going to be in relationships, married and shit like that. If those things, if they're like saying these trends are going to continue, well, I'm interested to see what happens then, because there's going to be a set of women who like, yo, you've lived with men in particular who have done certain things for you. And we've been in the idea of like everything is equal or everything is more on the, not skewed to one person. So when you leave the person and now you're asked to do X, Y, Z that they were doing, does that change? Because right now, the older ladies don't have to worry about it because they're old. 60, 70-year-old lady, I'm sure you maybe have kids that are like, at this point is done for. Now, if we're talking about like a 30, 40-year-old lady, that's a whole different bag.
Yeah, even 50.
So I'm just, and like, if the idea is that like, yo, I'm not staying in these relationships as long, or then it really gets interesting because shit, if you, and then also people be remarrying like shit. So like, that's something that I also wonder, does this study take into account like how many of these people are just going to get remarried? I know hella old niggas, whether it's divorce or widow, they got another wife, another girl, another partner. So like, they got something. So take that for what you want to take it for. But I obviously see how you feel. You're not feeling the old men are gonna grow lonely vibes.
It's just like is the woman not lonely too? Like I would just singling the man out in this instance. Granted, everything you just said just seemed like a task that they may or may not have to take on now that they're by themselves. But does that equate to loneliness?
Well, and I think
like, what is loneliness in this instance?
Well, see, that's what I'm interested, because once again, I didn't read because I don't care about
that article seems wild.
any kind of social study in that sense, because it's a very weird thing.
What
like
were the demographics? Well, you didn't read that shit.
People's relationships are very weird to me. So it's like to put them under a microscope. It's just like maybe these people are divorced because they're just fucked up people. You know, like, do we ever could take that into consideration? Like, there's a lot more reasons why something doesn't work out outside of like, men are not social beings constructed to work with a new age woman. You know, it could be a little bit more nuanced than, all right, you guys are brutes and you need to change your ways to get with women who are now more free and enlightened. Like I think it's a little bit more than that. It's probably a little bit deeper than that. I just don't really care because I don't have to care. So those are the vibes. God bless. Did you guys see there are mutant hamsters?
No.
Missed that one.
You guys missed this? All right, so some scientists in Britain, I believe Britain, or somewhere out there in Europe, I read this in the Daily Mail. They were trying to do something to make these hamsters more friendly, apparently, more interactive with each other. They gave them some sort of dose of something. And instead it backfired and made them actually more aggressive, and the mutant hamsters are attacking not just each other, but some of the scientists. My question for the group tonight is, if there was any animal that you could turn into a mutant,
what would it be?
Which would it be? Hello.
What?
Let me play right back. I'm gonna record it and play right back.
I'd probably do, I forgot what movie it is when they did some shit like this. One of these animated movies, but turn the fluffiest animal into the mutant.
Ooh.
Like a fucking rabbit or something. Ooh. Weird shit like that.
Mutant rabbits running around here is wicked.
Yeah, mutant rabbit is wicked.
I like it.
Moving quick, man.
A mutant. Imagine a mutant snake.
That's kind of scary.
That's what I'm saying.
Actually,
I'm actually very intrigued as to like what would it do? Like, because snakes already are vicious on their own,
Right.
So you turn that joint to a mutant, like that joint start getting 4 heads. Like, what's the
Nigga might grow limbs, bro.
levels?
Yeah.
snake with legs. That's all
Now
right.
you just got a slender ass Komodo out this jump going crazy. Like, what you doing with that? Imagine a mutant anaconda.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck we doing with that? It's a big ass centipede.
Shoot that bitch.
See, so I wanted to go first. He made me change my answer because first I was gonna go like super animal, the king of the jungle type shit. So like, what are those canines type shits? Big cats, leopard,
But I was just thinking about something that like
tiger.
I could kill, but also kill me.
No, I was thinking something that if I did the mutancy, it'll be my thing. Like it'll work. Like like.
It'll fuck with
and
me.
then at the end of the day, like when
Snake
it
is a
takes
Pokemon
when
master.
it takes over, it kills me, and then like also movie shit. Like I'd be the end, and then they'd be like, all right, they take over. But what he said,
Charles, you really in your bag tonight.
what he said, the rabbits.
What?
Yeah, like I'm the bad scientist. I'm the lab.
That it murders me.
Frankenstein
Yeah,
monster.
and then at the end, it's just like, we take over, and I'm done. But then when he said the rabbits, I was like, wow, what if a mutant deer?
Yeah, catch your vibe.
Like, what if because no one is expecting
A
a
mutant
deer,
moose?
like imagine one of them joints. Imagine one of them joints.
Fucking mutant buffalo.
Don't pop out on you.
A mutant buffalo truck.
It's vibes.
At this point, that is a armored truck.
It's vibes.
You ain't running that bitch over no more.
You
about to
ain't
run
outrunning
your
it?
shit over.
Oh, when you run it over and you're like, and then you look back in your window and then this
That
one
nigga
goes
there.
back.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is lit.
I was about to say, we talking about deer, right?
Yeah, mutant deer.
Okay. Stan, deer crush your car. Regular deer crush your shit though. So
Yeah, but after that, you're probably they're gonna get the blood of
This
it.
joint
Yeah.
surviving.
When you crush it,
this
and
joint
you like,
surviving.
this don't
and
get
then you
nothing.
turn your back and it's right there looking at you with the
Yeah.
eyes. Oh my god, it's lit.
Randomly though, chill fun, like random moose story. I seen a buck get hit by a car, and the jump like embraced it with his antlers. Somehow, the jump shook off the car from his antlers, got up, and just walked away. And I was like, hey, son, what kind of fucking buck is that? But the jump antlers was like out here though. Like he had real antlers. Son was vicious. Like he one of them older jumps.
Say one of them.
Yeah, older statesman.
You're fooling.
He was like, this my forest type.
I fuck with the mutant hamsters
Shout
though.
out to North Carolina.
Shout out to the Bucks. Shout out to the mutant hamsters though. So if someone sees mutant hamsters and you see them turn up, please take a video and send it to me. I would love to see what the vibes are with the mutant hamsters.
Type of gore.
I like little.
No razzle dazzle.
Another thing I've been seeing is black men therapy.
It's alright.
Well, this is not all right. The issue has been that apparently they've been using like the content creators on the interwebs have been using like, black men are like so hard to deal with. They need to go to their, all that other shit. You think that's the case? Like niggas don't have the emotional intelligence or the range to deal with. I think this goes back to our point about older men not being able to vibe out.
These,
You think that's the case? Like men don't have the emotional bandwidth or intelligence,
no, I don't think
so they need to do. So we
don't
need
think
to.
that's right.
So we need more therapy.
I mean, I think some men need more than others, but I don't think that's like.
No, I'm saying as a. I'm saying as
that's what I'm
men
saying.
as a whole.
As a whole, no.
So you don't think so?
Like I think men have the bandwidth for sure. I don't think they have the care.
Well, wouldn't that be part of the bandwidth? Caring.
I honestly don't know. Not to me. Because it's like you got the bandwidth, but you don't got the care. then it's just like, well, why? It's whatever. Because a lot of people got the bandwidth for shit, but they don't care about it. Like, that goes for women, too. It's a lot of women out here that know they need to work on shit and they don't. So it's just like, if you don't care, like what you need to work on, what you still getting through life without working on this shit, why would you work on it? It didn't hinder you yet. To you anyway, it didn't hinder you. You know what I'm saying? That you noticed. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? But I think men can do it as one that has.
Oh, so you're saying that within yourself, you feel as though you can say like, all right, yes, I've done the work so that I know other men can do it.
I'm not going to say done the work. I'm doing the work.
So you personally feel like you're actively, like, you feel like you're actively combating what I'm talking about. The stereotype in which I'm putting out there. For sure. And I think, and don't let me speak for you, correct me if I'm wrong.
Nah, go ahead.
You would say that
let you get that off.
You would say that you're doing it within the confines of like not needing the same type of therapy they're talking about. Or like in the same type of way.
Yeah, like I don't get therapy in a way in conventional therapy, I guess you could say. Like I don't go sit down and talk to a professional. You know what I'm saying? But like I've talked about it on this podcast. Like I've sought therapy. You know what I'm saying? I've definitely reached out to some therapists, asked you to put me in contact with some people that I could, you know what I'm saying, get some recommendations from, or like some suggestions for therapists and shit like that. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I did the work on that head, but at the same time, it's just like I felt like what I needed at the time. Like I just went to Jumar one Friday, and then I was just like, oh, well, I bet, had a great feeling, and then I kept going for like a couple weeks, and then, you know what I'm saying, certain things settled, and then I started praying by myself, started listening to the Quran, following certain things, and it was just like, you know what I'm saying, that changed, that helped me, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time, it's like, I still like take certain things from, like, I still sit down and like read certain people's like dissertations from shit, like from like how they got their degree and all that, about like certain things that I feel like I struggle with, from like, you know what I'm saying, the death of my father to my relationship with my father, you know what I'm saying, like mending my relationship with my mother and shit that I feel like I bammed out on her throughout the years, you know what I'm saying, all that shit. So it's just like, yeah, but like I had to sit down and actually care about that shit, you know what I'm saying, and then it took my religion to make me care about it, honestly, just to self-reflect. But at the same time, it's just like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people don't like looking in the mirror and self-reflecting and seeing who they are because they don't like what they're going to see. So it's just like, if that's the case, then, you know what I'm saying, if that's step one for real, you know you're not going to like what you see, then, you know what I'm saying, you, in a way, you already progressing. You just got to take that next step, and that next step, that's scary. You know what I'm saying? The first one's a doozy, though. So, you know what I'm saying, you're halfway there, champ.
No, I mean, listen, I could have said it better. I mean, I'm personally a soft life type of guy. My whole life has been been a soft life type of life. So like, I don't really like. I hate to be the, you know, like to poo-pah other people's experiences, but like I said, soft life me. So
no, for sure.
There's
a lot of people that probably feel that way.
You know, so I don't really feel like the need to, like, you know, ever over, you know, like make my shit like, oh, it's so much, you know, And, you know, my issues, I feel as though, like, this could be the African in me, but I feel like all my issues are, like, everyday human issues.
Same.
So it's not really on me to now, like, make this a
me thing.
You know, like, oh, like I'm, like, yeah, you know, there might be episodes of, you know, maybe depression, but it's just like, sure. Are we not human? Is that not a human? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's the wrong way of looking at it. But I tend to look at it like from that.
I honestly feel like that's why you're able to have, like, you say, like, soft life you, because you just feel like they're everyday human emotions. And a lot of people, like, don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? That's where the shame comes in, and, you know what I'm saying, a lot of other emotions and feelings that come with what comes with it.
Also, I would say something, at least for me, what's to say, I don't know if it's good or bad, is that I'm very much so, like, here for, I guess, the teachings and the study. So, like, when people are like, hey, this is what I do to, you know, like, meditate or to feel this or that, I'd be like, oh, that seems like a nice little thing to do.
Facts.
You know, I'll try to, you know, take that for myself. So I don't know if maybe somebody would be like, well, that's doing it. So if that's the case, then hey, maybe I am.
Yeah.
But like you said, like to sit down with someone clinically, I wouldn't even say that's not my bag. It's just not something that I have done yet. So to tell you it is or isn't, I can't. I
can't say that.
Yeah.
I can't say I can't, but it's just like, because I feel like, in a sense, like the one-on-ones, heart-to-hearts, you know what I'm saying, that niggas have with each other, low-key, like in a sense, that's clinical to some people, you know what I'm saying? Especially like the way, how deep we get, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, niggas really be holding each other accountable, you know what I'm saying? At least I know for like us three in this room right now, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that could be clinical too if you're talking to the right person, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's the main thing about therapy for real is accountability, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
I would just never diminish. Like once again,
I don't diminish it though.
No, I would just say because
never.
Like people have
like that
professional jobs.
Yeah, and
so
that shit save lives.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep it a bang.
But also, this is the cynic in me. Like sociology and psychology as a social study or as a social science is a relatively new thing in just like human existence. Like the idea that
then Siegfried make that shit poppin'.
I don't let me lie to you and tell you exactly who, but I know like in the late 1800s is when like the concept fully emerges as like a societal thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of ancient societies before who did things like, medicine men,
shaman and shit.
All that type of stuff. So I don't think the idea is new, but I think as a, a structure.
We was talking about confessionals, like, in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So, like, we've seen these concepts before. I would just argue that, like, the idea of the psychologist, the idea of the shrink is very much so a modern, where someone is going to, like, tap into what the brain. Yeah. Most people are like, the brain is the brain.
The chemical balance of the brain and all that. When we get into that deep part of it, it's just like, that's different. Like when you got chemical imbalances, it's just like, okay, like, you need to get clinically.
But even with something like that, I wonder if it's just like,
I don't know enough about the brain.
Is it like hardwired? Like computer software versus hardware. Is it something as simple as like, you put something in someone's body and that'll change the system, or is it like, that the whole, like, you need to put the body in somewhere else, like you need to take it apart, like something needs to come out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I would liken it. Like if you put something in, it's the software. Yeah. If you do something out, it's the hardware. Yeah. And that would be like the human. So like,
but they care about the body and the brain specifically when we talk about those like diagnoses or medicines. They mess up something else. And software, that shit update one thing and keep it moving. Like when you do one thing with the brain, it might fuck up the liver because of like whatever you taking, like what's in it.
But not even just the brain, but like what if you need to do something else, like the ribs, anything on the inside of the body.
Yeah, I mean, so there's certain antibiotics that people take that throw off their pH imbalance. So it's just like,
I'm just curious. Once again, don't know enough, but just like how does that work for someone's brain? Like, because when you do talk about that's interesting to me because like, if your brain is just off, ain't no amount of talking gonna change that, I would think. Like you can't talk your way. It's like when people try to be like, you gonna financial literacy your way out of poverty. Like that's not how that works. You need more money. So if like the chemical balance is just off, there's no amount of having someone do this with you that's gonna work. You just need something else. We need to help people for real, bro. People be going through it. I'm glad I don't go through it because that should be fucking real shit, bro. Bro,
because that be something. It's always somebody got worse.
Remember what I was saying about the ocean, and the ocean is just scary as fuck. You know what else is scary to me? The brain. Yeah. Like, bro, that's the one thing that like you gotta be dead for them to like
really examine
your brain. It's not like a knee where niggas could be like, this is what's here.
Yeah, we just here. Like, look
even
around.
your heart, they could literally be like, they could put you out and do something with your heart.
Yeah. Go in and look around.
They could
poke around.
They could do that. your brain.
Not at all.
This is not like
We ain't playing with that.
we literally gotta wait for you to be gone before we be like, all right,
Shit, spine too.
this. But once again, what does it connect to?
Your brain.
You know, so it's just like
that's why I said it.
it's like that's the shit about the human body that just scares me. Like when people talk about like brain aneurysms, that shit is so fucking scary to me.
Yeah.
It's just like, what can you do? Shit is just onset. Like it just attacks you.
Niggas call it a ticking time bomb.
It's not like you like. It's not like you
is
did. It's not like you
crazy.
ate this. You're not like you went here. It's just the brain just.
And then they put you on blood thinners, and that might fuck you up.
Bro,
like,
you know what I'm saying? Like the brain is the one thing.
You get a cut, now you ain't healing right.
Like
Now you're a hemophiliac.
Shorty was explaining to me about a stroke, and I was just like, oh, you know, like I mean, she was like, no, your brain shuts down. I was like, every time I heard of a stroke, people talk about like the body part, like they had a stroke in the
right side of the brain,
she's
left
like,
side
nah,
of the body.
she's like, whatever. She's like, your brain goes out, and whatever nerve that it goes, that's what. So she's like,
shut down.
when that's what's happening. She's like, the brain, and I'm just like, are you? I'm like, this is wild as like, bro.
Yeah,
the brain in the ocean.
I seen that shit at
Crazy as fuck.
I seen that shit at MGM one day. That shit was crazy. Like, lady was just like, she walked up, couldn't speak. I'm like, huh? And then like, she knew like I couldn't understand her, so she walked to somebody else and tried to get them to understand. And I was like, then I seen her walking, and I was like, and I just hit the radio. I was like, Slim, I think this lady having a stroke. And they was like, Richardson, stop playing. I was like, no, I'm dead ass. And then like EMT just happened to be like not that far, and I called him over, and he was like, hey, good luck, champ. And then they handled it from there. But I was just like, yeah, that shit's scary as shit, bro.
Like the heart, you could be like, all right, you got too much plaque around it.
Yeah.
You know, stop eating this.
Yeah.
Let's do this. You know,
put your ass on blood thinners.
Whatever.
Again.
The brain, bro. Like when people like go schizophrenic or something, it's like,
yeah, you gotta let that just happen.
Like any type of psychosis. It's like, bro, like
anything psychosis, they call it an episode for a reason.
Bro, it's just like, yo,
it's just like you just got.
And people be trying to play like, oh, that. It's like, nah, people really be like. They really just be happening to people. Like they said that shit happens to my uncle one time, and people were like, they thought he was like, and it was like, nah, like when he snapped back out, everybody was just like,
yeah.
But like, yo, that shit be happening.
I got a schizophrenic cousin,
and that shit is mad scary because bro, imagine just being with somebody and them being like, yo, I'm not this person.
I ain't seen her in a minute, but
and them like being dead ass with you, not no like, ha. We talk about cosplay, like no cosplay, like literally their brain is telling them this and that, and you just gotta be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, people should talk more about how to deal with that shit because, like, yo, that shit happens to you, and then you like, huh? And now what? Like, bro, I don't wish that on nobody. Like I said, ocean and people's brains, those are two things I'm like, y'all can have that. I pray for the best. I hope no one ever gets stuck out at sea, and I hope no one ever has any sort of brain like.
Yeah, bro, you know that's an underrated segment of movie. I would hate this. I ain't mean to cut you off, or like I don't even know if this on your jump. Probably not. But sea movies.
Yeah, I was gonna do it. I was gonna movies? To end this joint. I was gonna do a top 5 because the other top 5 was so fun. I was gonna give us like 3 or 4 things. No, there's a few. There's 2 more things that we need to get to. Okay, but yeah, so the brain is really fucked up, and I'm really scared of it. If you're a neurosurgeon or any type of doctor, and like you can calm my nerves, please give me some good literature or something because I'm quite scared. There's nothing that's gonna unscare me about the ocean. The ocean is just a scary place, and I cannot be unscared. Maybe I can be unscared about my brain.
So I can't breathe this, huh?
What? In the
ocean? Ain't no bottom to that motherfucker. You just there.
You know what would be super cool? If like humans become mutants and then like we could just live in the ocean.
No, humans wild, bro.
That'll be lit.
You can't let
like if you could just live.
You can't let humans do nothing, bro.
Like if we could just live in the ocean, like just that'd be kind of cool. Like Atlantis. You know,
nigga, you just say you don't fuck with the ocean.
But that's
because I don't have the proper. I don't have the proper facilities.
Right. I'm not equipped.
I'm not equipped, baby.
Like, you know. You know what I'm saying? I'm lacking some stuff.
It's like when you broke and you want a bad bitch. It's like you don't do that. Like you wait till you get your money right, and then you go get a bad bitch. Like if they telling me I can breathe under there, that's a whole different ball game, buddy. Like things change. Like now I'm a player.
Not saying my life expectancy is any longer.
I'm just saying now I'm a player
bit.
in the ocean.
I can survive a little bit.
Right now I'm not a player in the ocean.
Nowhere
like right
near.
now when I go down there, that's their territory. I'm out here
Not even down there.
I'm out here fishing.
Stick knee deep. That's all the animal need to get your ass.
I guess I get in like
a great white
by
shark
my waist,
needs,
and I'm like, whoa.
a great
We're a
white
little
shark
too
needs
far.
knee deep to attack a
If
human.
I ever
bro.
get in the ocean and I'm by my waist, just know I am fooling or I'm having a really good time.
Yeah, at that point, we're just funning. The shit is flowing.
just flooding.
Yeah.
But I should not be there. I should not be there at all.
Remember, I was in the ocean one day just riding waves, just body surfing and shit. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm drunk as shit right now.
You see, I don't do the ocean. Long story short, oceans and brains, I stay away
I used to
from.
be in Atlantic City heavy as a kid, bro.
Oh, listen.
Me and Pig, Boogie Boys, bro.
Listen.
You were a
Now,
carefree child.
nah,
You were
I'm not
ignorant.
fucking with the ocean.
You know,
like that.
listen.
That's what we call ignorance, beloved.
Honestly, children should do stuff like that because their inhibitions are free and are limitless.
Innocent.
Eyes was red.
You know, they should enjoy all that. Great immune systems, like
All that.
they can get it all in. Me at my big age, like at this point, I've outlived certain people. Like at this point, like we're at that we're at that point of life.
I've outlived a lot of people.
You know, I've outlived people who I went to elementary school with.
Yeah.
So like at this point in life, it's a different story. Like
All grades in school.
I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to keep the borrowed time going. You know, like, and the ocean is not a place where
Inshallah.
ocean is not a place where borrowed time just seems to just be given.
Yeah.
You know, seems to take more than it seems to give.
If any places I lost time in,
It's the ocean for sure, for sure.
if you want to, champ.
That and a white man with a gun. And it's like those two places. It's just like, yep.
Yeah, flip the coin if you want.
Yeah. Your time, man.
I lost time. Man.
But to more funner things, or less morbid, Martha Stewart. So Pete Davidson, shout out to him. He broke up with Kim K.
Kardashian.
Apparently, I felt that. Honestly, dating a single mom with 4 kids is wild as fuck. Like I don't care if she's a billionaire or not. A single mom with 4 kids is still a single mom with 4 kids. It's kind of wild. And he ain't got no damn kids. If he had kids, there could be some Brady Bunch shit.
And they like 15 years apart or some shit.
Bro,
right?
it's all bad.
13.
Here's my new rule
How old is Kim?
Here's my new rule for people.
Because Pete is our age.
It's definitely our age.
Kim is like 43.
Yeah, he's 13 years.
Bro, here's my new rule for people. If you have multiple kids, someone else has to have at least 1 kid. So if you have 2, someone has to have 1. If you have 3, someone has to have 2. Like you can't be having all the kids and they have no kids. It's just like this is crazy. Like I'm here for Brady Bunch now.
If you got 3, I got 2, or I got 3 and you got 2. There ain't no blenders in them. This is the kids.
This is a Brady Bunch family. The
This
Brady
is the
Bunch was a
kids.
really good vibe. When you really think about it, it was a good vibe. Everyone helping everybody.
Weren't they both on their second marriage too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think one was maybe divorced and one was a widow. Something like that.
The dad was probably with her.
I fuck with
There's
the.
a story
Tell me.
of a lovely lady.
Give it to
There
us.
we go. Keep going. I want to hear it.
I don't remember the whole thing.
Oh,
I just know in this one day when this lady met this,
Oh,
Here
you
we
singing
go.
the things?
Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
and they knew it was gonna be much more than a hunch, man.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's
Here
all
we
you
go.
got. Honestly, that's my thing. My thing is that, like, yo, as long as y'all got 8 kids, y'all can do it. Like having
3 and 3 is wild, bro.
No.
They went crazy.
They went crazy. My thing is 1
went crazy.
and 1
They
and
went
0
crazy.
is fine. If you have a kid,
And they had like
you can come to somebody.
2 teenagers each.
Bro,
Yeah.
it was 3 and 3. They was perfect, bro.
Yeah, I think the
yeah.
youngest one was like 8.
Yeah.
Like, they were all
They
all
were
going
going
crazy.
crazy.
They was
Wild.
going crazy.
They said they were all adults.
They were going crazy in that joint.
Wild.
They were going super wild.
In 10th grade, yeah, my dad got remarried to this lady with 3 kids. How old is her daughter? How old are her kids?
15.
One of her kids is my
12.
age. Right.
Niggas
7.
inspirational, man.
They see the Brady Bunch was a cool vibe, bro. Honestly, but long story short,
Shower, James.
He said, "Cool off, buddy." Long story short.
Hey,
Long story short. Yeah, you wild. What's his name, Pete? But they say Martha Stewart
That shit torch.
might be trying.
Know that?
And I'm like, Pete.
Ski?
Yeah.
Martha.
What you just call that nigga?
Ski.
Ski. What you mean? Team Yay. Team Yay. Fuck you talking about, man?
Yo, so
Martha
I'm like,
trying to talk to Ski.
I'm just saying, Pete. Like that's
some good milk.
That's a nice bag, Pete. You see how she helped Snoop.
She got a nice.
You know, like
She got a nice rap. For an old lady.
All right, bro.
you know what?
I'm just being honest.
I can see it.
I'm just being honest.
I haven't really looked at the Martha like that in
First
a
thing
while.
you said under your breath was his torch. Now you saying he got a
I
nice
was
rap.
talking about Kim being torch.
Oh, all right.
No, he wasn't talking about Martha.
I was talking about Kim being torch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Martha
Said
would
the
have been
good
better.
milk for Martha though. When you was like, that's a bag.
I think
said
about
the good milk
it
for
being
Martha.
torch. If it was torch before, it can always be torch again.
For sure.
So that's why, and this might be a hot take. I feel as all women have the capability of it being a torch.
Oh, so you putting it on the man? Or you putting it on the woman and how her emotions set it up?
Yeah, I think I'm going with the latter.
Because clean that up.
Because
we be going on niggas sometimes, so you know what I'm saying?
No, because
we got ride with the niggas this one time.
Yeah, because here's my thing.
Clean it up.
But and I felt that he's like, yo, you can't just put that out there. Because then like, what if I've ever got that complaint? You know, like that could be on my body.
Maybe,
like,
maybe you have.
Maybe I have. God forbid. You know,
might be somewhere out there. It's definitely dropped.
Hopefully, it's just in the Oasis at this point. Poof.
It's okay to short dick a bitch sometimes. That's another episode.
Oh man,
is it? Nah, I don't really think. I think that's not nice.
What?
To short like
they be faking orgasms, right? Let me get in and get out right quick. I'm not trying to please you right now.
That's a great one.
I'm just trying to get this nut off.
That's an actual great counterpoint because my thing about once again, like,
I love them faces over there. Man.
This is my thing about. I hate to go back to progressiveness of the buying of pussy.
I ain't give you one tonight. High five.
But if we,
got going on over here.
I hate to go back to the progressiveness of buying pussy, but if we made that a thing,
we always come full circle.
if we made that a thing, like it would probably be less shortcomings because like you could really get your shit off. You know what I'm saying? You can really do your thing. Like you can really do whatever you need to do to get what you need.
Hey.
Like people who dead ass probably be having sex and don't be happy with it.
Sure.
That's why I was saying Pete has to do this because if Pete gets with Martha, it's a real like yes, like do it for the culture. Like you know,
So
like,
Martha shot the shotters and shit. Like what
I think
happened,
she there was a meme and something, and she was like, "Pete is a nice young man." You know,
That's all it takes.
it's listen, just a little planting seeds.
What we be saying? She's
Planting
a nice
seeds.
young lady. Seems like a nice young lady. There we go. You gotta put the seams on there.
Martha coming big. What's up?
Okay.
There we go. Okay. You want to double up on the high five tonight.
I see you.
You want to double
This
up.
nigga said
Talk to
Martha
me,
coming
baby.
with me.
Talk to me.
She coming
Yeah.
home tonight.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
Let me
with
spark this up.
me.
I'm so cap. I go for the white woman, but it said the other day that I can't even call a single white man on my phone. Like I'm so cap, bro.
So what? What do white man have to do with
I
this?
don't know.
I could definitely call a white woman over a white man.
Could you?
Yeah, he got
Charles is a witness.
he got the one.
I got one.
Nice European.
Little German jump.
I don't got nothing.
Nothing. It's crazy. It's crazy. Nah, I'm really. Listen, Pete.
She buying
Listen,
my
if you want to get back in the good graces of a lot of people,
No.
do the Martha, bro.
Skeet is done.
No, do Martha, and I think the streets will definitely appreciate you for that because that is a vibe. Martha be cooking too. Like I know you wasn't eating like that with Kim. All them damn kids, all Martha's kids is grown.
They eating dino nuggets and shit.
Right, all Martha's kids is grown. Endless fruit snacks.
Right.
Like
High
all
fructose-
Martha's kids is grown.
High fructose corn
Ain't
syrup
got
out
worry
the
about
yin
no
yang.
kids. Pete.
Don't even gotta worry about
Pete,
no
do
kids.
what's right, Pete.
Fucking with Martha, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
She probably got a nice little wine cellar at the crib, bro. You know
She
what
got
I'm
a big
saying?
dumbass pool in her backyard.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
vibing with the Martha.
And you know her parties be
And
lit.
she spark because she be with Snoop.
Come on. And you know her
And you know her edibles fire.
bro. You know her parties are amazing too, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly,
They documented, ain't they?
your man Skeet go from the Kim K to the Martha. That is kind of
Legendary,
it's kind of epic. Can't even
bro.
lie. I'm not even
Pete,
that guy.
come on, bro.
I'm not even that guy.
Do it,
kinda
Pete.
crazy,
Do it, Pete.
man.
That's legendary, bro. Like you gonna go down in barbershops.
Yeah.
Like,
The black ones.
and then you pull up with a black shorty after Martha. Wow.
Yeah.
Pete, let me do the PR run. Let's get it. Let's get it. And imagine if he get like a Lori Harvey. Like,
And then
wow.
come on the show. We can coach you through this. Come through.
He's not gonna call you Skeet when you come. I promise.
all.
He'll have respect. Kanye won't come, so he'll have respect.
He might wear some Yeezys, but that's about it.
My last thing before we get into these top 5 lists is calling the police on yourself. Y'all saw that?
Yo, what you been watching or looking at these last couple of days, man?
He's like, what? You got a burner account we don't know about?
There was a guy in Atlanta, Georgia, who was on, I think, either parole
Automatic, probably.
or out on some type of bond for a murder he had committed in 2018. He decided to go to a McDonald's, and his fries were not warm enough for him, so he decided to call the police. Ultimately, gets tased, locked up, blah, blah, blah. It had me thinking, is there any, like, when's the last time you called the police, first of all?
Never.
You never called the police.
No.
You never called the police. Okay. When was the last time I called the police?
No, I've never even called the police for work.
I'm trying to think. I think
And that be security. Like, actually picked up the phone and called 911.
I'm trying to think the last time I called 911.
Chuck. Like, actually picked up the phone and called
Yeah,
911.
I'm
Oh, no, I ain't never did that.
I'm trying to think.
Hit them niggas over the radio.
I think I'm cap. I think I did it for a car accident though.
That's what
That's
I'm
about it.
trying to think about. Like,
I'm about to say that.
When niggas say you need a police report, but you really don't.
yeah. So I'm trying to think. I don't think I can't, outside of, like you said, like a car accident or anything. I don't think I think the police got called to my house one time when my house got robbed in Riverdale, but I didn't call the police. No, I don't think I've ever actually called the police, except for one time with a car accident. So, with that being said, is there any scenario in which you could see yourself picking up the phone and dialing 911 or calling the local police number?
Yeah. Like,
Death,
I'm about to say death.
trauma,
An emergency.
that.
Shit like that.
No, some people be like, no, I won't go to the police. I'll call. I have somebody for XYZ. Like,
Nah, I'm good.
yeah, I'm with you. I just want to call the police for my fries at McDonald's. Like that doesn't seem like a very police worthy.
So he said they were too cold,
Yeah,
and he,
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. When you really think about it, like people really can call the police for anything.
That's a nigga for you.
Like if you can't get someone out your house, like you would call the police, right?
Nah, for sure, you can. That's a
That's a reason to call the police.
Yeah, all right.
But like I know other people would be like, nah, I'd call my brother, I'd call my cousin, I'd call da.
And then somebody gonna end up calling the police because the ruckus going on. So
Well, police probably gonna come regardless, right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
so the police came because your man said it was too cold.
Yeah,
That's what.
they got to. They have to do their job, bro. Yeah,
The fries are cold.
They dispatched it out. It was probably more to the situation. Did he cause a ruckus in the job? Was he about to cause a ruckus in the job? Like, and he was out on parole, right?
You know, his dumb ass.
Yeah.
So when they ran his name, they like, nigga.
You stupid.
They're like, hold on.
You supposed to stay away from us.
And then he ran, they tased his ass. started screaming. So my thing is, all right, better question. What's the most mundane thing you would call the police for?
A suspicious white man in my neighborhood.
You would call the police for that?
Indeed.
I like that.
That's a damn good one.
I like that one. Honestly,
White man just sitting in the parking lot too long. I'm like, oh, snap.
That's a good one.
I hit a J, went inside, rolled up, came back outside, hit this J. He still here? Hold on, man. He plied.
while I would never do this, what I would want to do is if like someone really sold me some huff, I would want to call the polilis.
That's a good one too,
Like,
Charles.
buddy, like
That's
you
a
really
good
gonna
one.
just sell me huff?
Yeah, I tweeted that one time.
like what?
I tweeted that one time.
Like this is really what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
Like the police need to come get you.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
the police need to come get you.
First of all, you're not a good entrepreneur. Your product is bad.
We all got to start somewhere, man.
Not there. Like Huff? There's some shit above Huff. Like, you know what I'm saying? We at that stage in weed genetics where it's like, you got the czar, as the kids call it. You know what I'm saying? Then you got your loud packs. And then, you know what I'm saying? Or you can go into tiers if you're that knowledgeable.
What would you do? What you doing? Who you calling? What you calling for?
Definitely call the police for some Huff.
I don't know. Niggas in my grass, man. I'm gonna keep with the grass theme.
I like that.
In your grass? That's giving some real. Hey nigger, get off my lawn.
Absolutely.
You're a bad person.
You trying to get a nigga locked up for selling?
No, I said I would never do that, but if like you know,
All I'm
because
saying is a nigga get off my grass. You trying to get the Huff man locked up?
no. See,
He doesn't need to
I
do
would
that.
want to call the police, but I know because the like something mundane would be like, yo, if I went to a bar and I felt like I ain't get enough liquor, my I go like I'm like, yo, they ain't pouring up like you know something stupid like something petty like that. Yeah, I can see myself doing that because
You getting tased?
who getting tased?
No, you might get a DWI.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's not
Disorderly
a good one.
conduct, some dumbass shit.
Yeah, you right. But you see, most of the times,
Now you getting
my whole
tased.
point is that calling the police is bad vibes.
For sure.
Like calling the police easily is a bad vibe. And I feel like you only call the police in life and death situations.
Yeah.
Like outside of that, I really don't know if you should be calling the police.
Fuck 'em.
Like you're telling me as an adult civilian you can't work out.
Well, I low-key feel him. Just like, bro, you're a civil servant. Like, fuck with me. Like, these niggas pissing me off.
Like you can't figure out whatever issue you got out.
White people have called you for less.
Did he contact the manager first? Like, why are we going?
is concerned.
Why are we going straight to the cops, bro? Like, what are you doing? bro?
For cold fries.
Can I call your manager? Then it should go to general manager, and then
Corporation.
Yeah, I still wouldn't even consider calling the cops
Call corporate, my nigga.
over a fry. My nigga don't got an air fryer in 2022, bro.
Rather you inconvenience me than
Go
your
home.
dumb ass go back to jail.
That's
Like,
ridiculous.
stand, hold the line up and be on the phone with corporate, my nigga.
Go home.
To be fair, he was on parole. So you have to
Oh, yeah, bro.
take that into account.
Go home. Warm that shit up, my nigga.
Yeah, I don't think that.
got air fried.
Microwave it up, nigga. You was on parole. That means you been in.
Prices ain't never gonna be the same.
He been in, son. He's had worse, nigga. Warm that shit up. Eat it cold, my nigga. Like, what the fuck, son? We ain't had cold fries before. One drunken morning, son. You haven't had the cold fries? Come on,
How long
bro.
was he inside, Chuck?
It was 2018, so it wasn't too long. Like he was out, so
Okay.
You don't want to go back. He said, I've been out too long, Slim. I ain't eating that shit again.
watch the video where he gets tased and screaming, lets out. It's ridiculous, bro. It's like
You dropped the link, Charles. You dropped the link.
I'm a fucking.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You gotta laugh at a man getting tased, bro. Come on, man. And he
Bro,
black.
you call for cold, bro. Like, certain time when people do certain stuff, you just gotta be like, come on,
You gotta
bro.
accept the consequences.
Like, like what?
You should have known this shit was coming. Like Charles said, you knew you was on parole.
He just wanted justice, bro.
He just wanted justice.
Like, damn, if he can't get justice just because I'm on parole.
Who the fuck cares?
Like that. Niggas just say, I'm calling the Innocence Project on all you bitches.
Fuck is this, man?
Calling the Innocence Project on you niggas. Dropping cases on all you bitches.
Oh my god.
Instead, he gets tased.
Right.
Man.
Now the screen killing me.
Nigga had what's called? Discrimination suit.
Yeah, I would definitely sue.
Man, something.
My friends was going, hey, you tased me.
Right.
What is this?
This nigga lost out.
Probably in jail right now. They probably bammed out.
Yo, he's probably, imagine sitting in your cell after just thinking like,
For some fries.
honestly, that's the only reason why I don't want to go to jail. Because I would hate to just have to sit in the cell and just be like, because you know, there's only like 10% of people who in jail and are just like, all right, you know, that was worth it. Like, you know, I killed the nigga who killed my brother. This person did that, so I did that. You know, like, it's very few people like that in jail. Most niggas in jail is like,
to where they can justify it to themselves.
they like, nigga, I really did that. Like, I got it. 85 to 90% of the jail population gotta just be like,
That's why all them niggas be like, I'm innocent.
like, what? Like, why did I do that?
I did it, but I ain't do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I did it. I did it. I ain't
but like,
do it.
nigga, you know, if I would did it, get a chance, I would have done that.
I would like, if I would have did it, I would have did it. Like, I wouldn't have did it like that. You know what I'm saying?
And so imagine just like a nigga who drives a getaway car in a bank robbery, and he just like, these niggas ain't even give me a large cut. Like, you know, he's sitting in the joint like, nigga, I got 5-7 years.
And low-key, them be the ones that snitch too. Them be the ones that roll.
He be like, damn, nigga, like, all I had to do was stay in the crib that night.
I'm like, nigga, I ain't got no driver. I ain't getting away. What you talking about?
And I wouldn't be,
Annie.
and I wouldn't be here.
Annie up.
Nigga, I could have just let them have the whip.
I would have shit. I would have.
You know, like, you could, bro, I know there's a bunch of niggas like
You
that
do
in
shit
jail.
like that. I feel like you need to get the lawyer on retainer before you even go into the act. That's just me though. I always thought about that. Like I was watching motherfucking The Town the other day, and I was just like, these niggas keep going on these sprees. I don't see not one lawyer. I'm just like, you got a getaway plan. But what about a lawyer? But these niggas also had the mindset of, I'm not going to jail, so.
Yeah, it's a different kind of vibe.
Yeah, and then I thought about that while I was watching it, and I was just like, yeah, nah, man, move. That's why you ain't see no damn lawyer in this movie, because
Great movie.
it is, though.
Let's do shit. All right, let's get to some of these top 5 lists. Top 5 fries. Fast food fries. Fast food restaurant fries. Top 5. Let's do it.
Checkers.
Oh, phew, high five again.
1.
Checkers is 1.
Checkers is 1.
Okay.
Checkers go crazy.
Checkers is
And Checkers fries
on.
always be out
Okay.
I don't know. I might stop there. Because I don't even do the fast food like that to be judging fries. But I mean, in its peak, the Donald's fries was up there.
Yeah.
And I don't even know where to go from there. I was not a Wendy's fry guy. Who
Wendy's
else got
fries actually all right now. Ever since they switched to the natural cut
Yeah, it's just
and the sea
Come on.
salt.
Keep giving me names. I'm hearing Checkers. Who else
for
is?
sure. Donald's is up there.
McDonald's is top
Burger
5?
King's fries was always trash.
Oh, ooh. I don't know about that, but okay.
Never was a Burger King or Wendy fry guy.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Yellow's Wendy's.
So
was
what's
the
your
shit.
5? What's your 5, bro?
Just give me Checkers, bro.
Wow, so it's just
Give
Checkers
me
superiority.
Give me Checkers, bro.
That's kind of crazy, but okay. You got a 5?
I give you Checkers,
Okay.
the sneaky Arby's.
I like that. The curly drinks are nice.
You know what I'm saying? And when I was in North Carolina, I was eating all that shit. McDonald's,
Classics.
for sure. I give you the Wendy's.
Okay.
And then coming in hot at the 5, I give you Chick-fil-A. And I say hot at the 5 because they gotta be hot.
Yeah. All right, so for me, it's not, I don't really think it's that hard for me personally. It's Checkers, Popeyes, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, and then I tend to just like potatoes a lot. So I lean towards wedges. So the old KFC joints.
I knew you was on there.
Before, I don't know what the fuck they did. So give me a wedge. So I don't know who else has a good wedge. I can't think of anybody who else has a really good wedge. Sometimes when I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, I like their little wedges. They're pretty decent.
They saying the Amish market got the wedges.
They do, but the thing about it is that it's always one type size, and it's just it's a kind of a soggy wedge. It's not as
it's not like fried crispy.
It's not like as much crunch that I would like to it.
They saying the Royal Farms got the wedges.
Honestly, the Royal Farms has an argument.
2 in the morning
has an argument.
Talk to me.
But just for sake of argument,
now.
It's Checkers,
what we doing?
Popeyes, McDonald's, Checkers, Popeyes, McDonald's. Did I say Chick-fil-A? No.
Yeah, you did say
Chick-fil-A because
4 for you.
Chick-fil-A is 4, and like I said, I love a good wedge. So if you give me a wedge, I would throw it in there. Like Raising Cane's crinkle cut, not really doing it for me.
No.
Burger King's joints
The
used to be
sauce will take them over the top.
Yeah, but that's more for the chicken personally.
I mean,
Burger King joints used to be okay.
Toast in that shit.
Not really banging with them. Wendy's joints used to be okay. Not really banging with them now.
Another fry that needs to be hot is the Wendy's fry.
Five Guys fry is an interesting fry because it's a very potato-y, and I like a good potato-y fry.
It's just that they give me so many.
But also, it be so soggy sometimes. So, you got to get really a good batch of them joints.
Right.
What other place do have good fries that I can think of? My thing about carry-out fries is that carry-out fries got too many varieties. If I could stamp carry-out...
Carry-out seasoned fries now. Hold on.
Nah. I'm not bumping anything out of my top 5 for that personally.
No. I say top 10, not top 5.
Oh, top 10 easily. I can do that. I can do that.
I was never gonna say top 5.
But I can't give. I'm trying to think of this. Any other?
You gotta go to the right place, and then they gotta cook them right. Cause some places they be getting you the bird jumps and shit.
I'm trying to think if there's any other food establishment that I'm just gonna be like, damn, I missed it. How did I not say their fries? So Arby's was a good one. I'm glad you brought up Arby's because I do like the crinkle cut, but I just can't do that.
You ever been to Jack in the Box?
Yeah. Okay, but you know who got some bad fries? In-N-Out Burger.
Whataburger too.
Yeah, all those burger places, their fries really don't be doing it for me. Sonic fries don't really hit neither.
No. They be soggy as shit.
They're the top me.
Yeah, for sure. They be giving Burger King fries to me. Sonic fries. They be giving Burger King fries.
I like a good tater tot.
I love a tot.
I love a tot.
The way you like a wedge.
I love a tot.
That's how you like a tot?
Bro,
Yes,
if the tot is on the menu, I'm
you
getting
take
it.
a tot?
It's getting got.
I'm with him.
So wedges, tots, fries, rank them.
Tots.
I'm going tot.
For sure.
And then I'm going wedge.
For
and then I'm going
sure.
fry.
Well, I'm going fries, wedges, and tots.
Yeah.
Top me.
I like potatoes though.
Me too.
I'm big on potatoes.
So that's why when you said wedge first, okay.
No, I said wedge second.
Oh, for real? You said
I said top
first. Oh, wow.
I said fry third.
Bro, that's what it is.
So you love hash browns.
Chick-fil-A me in the morning, 2 boxes.
Oh, yeah, of course. But they honestly, McDonald's hash browns hot are better than theirs.
I fuck with them McDonald's hashes too.
I fuck with
Prices
McDonald's
is crazy
hashes,
on them
The
right
bow
now.
round,
not $1 no more.
the bow rounds, the
Bow rounds go crazy.
bow rounds might be the best of the morning joints.
Now we're talking.
The bow rounds go
Nigga,
crazy.
give me a large, bro.
Yes, sir.
Bro,
And overfill the large, my nigga.
I might ask for 2, depending on what type of
Bow
valve.
round
We get
me.
a bow round and a bow biscuit, baby.
Bow round me, Cajun chicken, egg and cheese.
There we go.
Nigga.
Talk nice.
Bow rounds are
Bow
super
round
fun.
side 5. There's a spot called Smash Burger by my job. They got the tots.
Hash burgers are
Smash burger. Walk
They got
past
like
that joint one day.
aioli tater tot in that bitch, bro.
That sound crazy.
Bitches go crazy,
Sounds
Say no
immaculate.
more.
bro. Tot me any day of the week, man.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. That's not really my vibe, but I can see how someone
Love
could.
Shout out Keys, Team Tot.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their thing. We didn't even rank the different variety of fries. That'd be a little too much. Like
A lot of fry.
yeah, a lot of fry. Another top 5 I wanted to do.
For argument's sake, I could only give you 3. Cut a fry. After that, it gets shaky for me.
You do the curly fry, I guess the straight waffle.
Crinkle cut.
That's the 3.
His wedge, curly. We're like 5.
String.
Weird
Sweet potato.
No, I don't really like sweet potato fries.
sweet potato.
I said string. Oh yeah, shoestring.
We might be at like 6, 7.
Crinkle cut.
We got that already.
Yeah, got that. I just had one on my mind that
like
I
7.
You know what I'm saying?
Cheese.
That's why I say argument's sake. Cheese fries? No, I don't really be doing the dairy.
Yeah. Hold on. What was the other top 5 I wanted to do? I wanted to do a PG one. Top 5. I know we talked about how we hate going out, but we randomly went out the other night. We went out to a few different spots randomly. So, what's your top 5 places to go out in PG?
In PG?
And in the DMV area.
Okay.
And I don't care what your criteria is. Like, what's your top 5 places to go to?
No order.
No order.
Yes.
Let me hear.
Bucket. Stop smacking.
Jesus.
Nomad.
Okay.
Fast Eddie's.
Fast Eddie's, I like that.
I do like Fast Eddie's.
Very ghetto.
Is it? I feel like never
I'm
mind.
going to see the guys. Fuck. Where else would I like to go?
Fast Eddie's on a regular night still smooth too. When they got the billiards tables out and shit, that shit alright. Got a nice happy hour. Now they got that liquor lights in the back.
Clyde's.
Okay.
Because I be at the Clyde's.
That's 4.
I know. Where else do I be?
You didn't say Nomads, did you?
I
You
did.
did.
Okay.
That was number 2.
Nomads, Fast Eddie's, Clyde's.
You said stop smacking.
Stop smacking. Ew. Imagine that being one of your 5 places you'd like to go.
It's not.
I like my spots.
No one on your
You say
street.
you didn't like your
I
spots.
don't have a 5th.
Wow. You don't got no fun. You don't like Focus. You don't like Sobe. You don't like Jasper's.
You
I
like
might lean Jasper's personally.
Okay.
I've grown to like it in that. We haven't been in a long time.
Yeah, because we doing something else now.
Pre-wedding.
We not doing Jasper's for a little bit. We go to Jasper's when they start acting right again. I'm not feeling no vibes right now.
Okay. Okay.
What's your 5?
My 5. Like going out, like
Whatever you wanted to be.
okay. Sushiria. No order for me.
What's that?
No order for me. Sushiria. It's a Thai fusion spot. It's Thai food and seafood. No, not Thai food. One of them South American countries and
Okay.
sushi and Japanese because they got sushi and shit. So yeah, Sushiria. I like. What's I like? Costas. I really like Costas. I like the vibe there.
Okay.
I like Hill Prince.
I haven't been there, but I seen it.
Yeah, that y'all know. Not actually like experience like the whole venue. 'Cause, like I went just for like drinks and shit, and, like the main part, and I was like, oh yeah, I still fuck with this jump. Then I went like throughout the whole jump the other night, and I was like, oh yeah, this shit alright. Who came through?
Zada.
Oh, alright. And then that's 3.
Hey girl.
What's up, Charlie?
What up?
I like what's that jump?
I don't know what joint you talk about, nigga. Y'all ain't talking about nowhere where y'all be seeing ass shake, so I appreciate that.
I won't be there.
Understand? Not these days. What the fuck? Wild Days. There we go.
Okay. Wild Days is actually a good
I
vibe.
fuck with Wild Days. And my fifth, probably be CL.
What's that?
The joint with Imani Rashad work at.
What's that called? I mean, that's Shirley joint, right?
No. Different hotel.
A little down yonder jump.
All right.
Cut.
Okay.
That's cool.
My five is what randomly I fuck with OZOs. Like OZOs is a fun time. Like every time I'm at OZOs, I'm having a good time. Like
That's true.
it's just like it be a lot going on sometimes, but more often times than not, OZOs is fun. So I like OZOs is just like, all right, I'm about to go outside and mingle with people on that part of Connecticut Ave. Randomly, if you take away the price, I like Nomads. Like just the feel of it, Nomads.
Let's fucking go, man. Damn right, man.
I've grown to like Nomads. I will not lie. I've grown to like Nomads.
That's my six.
Because it's a good like outdoor thing, and like if you really want to stay, you can go inside. It's intimate, and it's actually like enough space where like you can. So it's like
Nigga on my letter smoking that joint.
Nomads is cool. Like I won't lie, I will not lie, and I've been there enough times to be like, honestly, it's just like the drinks are like $20 fucking. It's just like, yo, what the fuck, like that's kind of OC, especially to be on H Street. So that's why it would be like, this is no order. It would be like literally like a solid top five, but like as I think I'm gonna go through some, it might get knocked down. Honestly, I'm fucking with Sobeys, bro. Food. Sobeys is a vibe. Sobeys is the vibe, and because I like Sobeys because you can actually just hear yourself. Like I don't feel like there's people ever over top of me in Sobeys. Even when they do look like there's a few people in there and like the seats, it don't feel like
there's endless space in that jump.
Endless space out there, and I want to go sit out on the deck one time to really like see what the full vibes is like. So Sobeys has truly.
One time I went there, me and Tony sparked out there.
Sobeys has truly elevated up my list personally. An old place that I haven't been to in a while, but just always has a dear place in my heart is Mad Hatter. Like,
hey son,
I love like sometimes when I'm just like looking for a quick drink.
It's some brunch, right?
I'll just go to the Mad Hatter because I fuck with the vibes.
Great brunch.
I fuck with the vibes of the Mad Hatter. I fuck with just like it really has that old school dive bar feel.
Shout out another Disney thing.
Yeah,
like the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland.
So I really like the Mad Hatter too. And last, I think, well, not last, but just another place.
Yeah, Luke fact when you done.
I'm really fucking with. I'm trying to think. Is it on? Here's the thing. Cloak and Dagger is cool the few times I went in there, but I just feel as though there's no space. So that kind of blows it for me.
It's up and downstairs, but when the upstairs closed, they be acting like the downstairs closed, and it's just like, what we doing?
Lost Society is just like, I just can't. Every time I want to be like, oh, Lost Society is cool, it's just like, it's a lot. So I just can't. It might have to be Wild Days because I like a rooftop, and Wild Days rooftop is a good vibe.
And there's enough space on the inside too.
So I think it might have to be Wild Days or something down at the harbor because the harbor has a few little restaurants type bars that.
I went to the Red.
Yeah, I was about to say
Redstone Grill.
Yeah, like shit, like that joint is nice where you just sit out on the water. Sometimes they be having people like play music and stuff. So
I went out there the other day.
That's a nice little vibe if I can add on to. But yeah, most of this shit I
There's
like.
an Italian restaurant right across the street that's torch.
For real,
yeah.
I haven't done Italian in a while. No, actually, I lied. I did Italian before. I did Italian before KD's function.
Completely.
I did the Italian function in Georgetown. It was really nice.
The Philomena.
I believe that was the name of it. But I can't think of it off the top of my head. But
they recently too.
And then one last top five before we get out of here, because I feel like niggas haven't talked music in a while. Who are your top five rappers right now?
My top five rappers right now. Okay, honestly, I can just What have I been listening to recently? Doughboy, Young Nudie. Probably because they're the most recent two artists that dropped that I listened to. Nip is always in my top 5. It's hard to say. Happy birthday to Nipsey Hussle, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? Today is definitely his birthday. This is no order, by the way, but yeah, what would I say? Doughboy, Nudie, Nip, fucking 2 Feet Bino. Big fan of him right now. And who's the third?
Who is 2 Feet Bino?
He's signed to Young Nudie randomly.
Okay.
Yeah, and Lil got it. Rest in peace, Lil Keed.
Okay.
Yeah, Lil got it. His shit been going crazy lately. Like the growth is growthing.
What you listen to, man? Who your top 5 right now? Maybe not rappers, artists, because you know.
Yeah, it was between Lil Gotti and Brent Faiyaz. Actually,
Feel the Brent.
yeah. Since Nip is always in my top 5, he's in a different bracket. We're gonna take Nip out because he like in the Gucci Fab Nip category for me, and like those are like my top 3 favorite rappers ever. So we should just take Nip out, and I'll throw in the Brent Faiyaz, and that round out my 5th because I definitely was listening to his project today like all day. That shit was wild.
Never pressed play on it yet.
For real?
I'll be hearing it though.
Yeah, that's on the line.
Well, car. Battery, something. Whoa. Uh-oh.
So what's your 5?
I have no top 5. I'll tell you what I'm listening to right now.
Okay.
Obviously, the Aubrey.
Okay.
Obviously,
It's always in there.
the Breezy.
The new album.
Of course.
I heard that on the line.
Yeah, it's getting better.
You got a few hits on it.
As I continue to listen to it, it's getting better.
Should be like that though. The more you listen to it, the better it
I've
get.
been crushing Nas lately.
Okay, what Nas?
Which one?
All the new. And once I listen to the
I've been
new,
listening to the
King
Jump.
Disease 1 and 2? Or just 2?
never got into one right like I needed
What's
to.
what's like the burnt oranges cover?
That's
That's 2.
yeah, that's 2.
That's the one I've been-
Red one that he did.
been banging that
some
jump lately.
magic or some shit.
Oh yeah, the latest one that came out the end of 21.
9 tracks.
Yeah.
All are fire.
Black Joe.
I be banging. I be going hard to all the Nas, and then it just takes me back to Illmatic and shit. The Continuance is still getting burned right now, and as always, fuck it.
So that's the 5.
No Impressions as well. Album's about to drop.
When they're gonna be at Fast Edison?
I need them to start playing there again.
So that's the 5.
Yeah.
Dom, Chris Brown, Drake,
Nas.
Nas, and
No Impressions.
No Impressions. Okay. All right. I think for me currently right now, I've been listening to the Wiz Multiverse album. I've been liking that. Has a few tracks on there.
It do though.
The Flo Millie, I like that. She got a few tracks on there that I've been bumping. Come Outside, huh? That's a good one.
That's alright.
The Drake and the Beyonce, I've been bumping those 2 albums immaculately because I've been trying to get my dance on. So I've been playing them joints.
Soft Life You.
Soft Life Me for sure. You know the vibes. I think the last thing I've really been listening to a lot or just way more than Sci-Hi. I mean, he put out an EP randomly that I've been listening to.
After you played it and we was in the car together, I went home and listened to that jump. I was like, this jump is alright.
So I've been playing the Sci-Hi. Low key, I've been waiting for Benny and
The Griselda Boys.
yeah, I listened to the last shit that Westside put out, and it was cool, but it wasn't.
No, he's supposed to be dropping something else.
It wasn't what I needed for my soul.
He's supposed to be dropping something else soon, like his actual project. That was just like a little compilation type.
I feel as though I've been trying to play the Kendrick more.
I think that was just for Stove and what's her name?
Yeah, it was just it didn't do it.
Mag Homie.
It didn't do what I needed it to do personally. I've been trying to play more of the Kendrick, but I just feel as though sometimes the Kendrick is. I feel like that Kendrick album is a fall album. I feel it's more of like a be in your vibe when it's dark at 5 p.m.
I be getting my favorite Jono.
Yeah, you're a sicko.
Kendrick to me just feels like
I like Taylor Page's voice for real.
Think piece for me.
I'm just a toxic individual. I think
That's what I'm saying. So I feel
I've loved all of Kendrick's albums. This genre, I'm just like, bro, I'm not ready to sit down.
See,
it felt mad personal. It felt mad personal.
To listen
reflection, Charles.
Yeah, so I feel for me like it's one of them albums that you can listen to.
But it's good.
Yeah, it's not a summer album. It's not really one of those like you ride out in your whip.
I can feel you.
You know,
February,
yeah,
it's cold
sit out when it's cold and you by yourself and you just really
driving home from work.
Come on, that's exactly when I would feel like you would really.
It's dark outside. It's 6.
I just said
Let's
that.
do it.
Let's do
I might
it,
be
baby.
vibing with you.
Come on, man. That's when
I can't get into it yet. This don't go though.
But yeah, I think my 5.
Most I've honestly played it is when Charles has played it.
Bro, I'll probably listen to it 3 times.
The Drake, the Flo Milli,
I pick
the
songs.
Wiz, the Beyonce.
I didn't go back to play the Wiz. I listened to the first 5 and I just haven't been back.
I like Homies. I like a few other songs that is later on the track. I listened to the Young Boy NBA. It was pretty decent.
The Young Boy NBA.
That's his name? Or NBA Young Boy?
No, I think it is Young Boy NBA. Because he can't say it.
NBA.
Oh, it is?
Definitely think it's NBA.
I thought the NBA came after him. So
I thought it was,
like,
but NBA Young Boy it is.
I thought he had to change his name up because of the actual NBA came after him. So it's like Young Boy Never Broke Again.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But hey, I fuck with NBA Young Boy. You know what I want to listen
That
to,
was
but
the
I
whole
just can't
thing.
get into? The Bad Bunny. Because it's just like, I can't listen to something I don't understand. It just like my brain won't compute.
I can, but it's just like I just can't catch the vibe with that shit. Not him anyway.
I don't know. It'd be a little shoulder tap, but it's just
Cause I
like
can vibe with the burner.
that's true. And I don't be understanding half of that shit.
Right.
Either. That's
Wiz
a good
Kid,
point.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, but it'd be way more English in that joint than him.
yeah.
His shit be straight like,
Spanish.
bro, like,
Yeah,
my
you
nigga, I'm
but
doing
no, it's like I don't know none of these Arab artists' name, but it's like 2 or 3 Arab artist songs that I know, like Arab artists that be rapping and shit that I stumbled upon or through life, and I don't know what they saying, but I be catching the vibe though.
That's crazy to me. Like, even with the British cuz, it's like, if I can't understand
They still
enough of
speaking
the English,
yeah.
I just don't listen to them. Like, there's certain dudes in the joint whose accents or who like shit just be too much. Like,
Yeah.
like my
Them
nigga
niggas
Heavy
like
One,
yeah.
I can understand a lot of the like the story. Like, my thing is that I
fuck
want to
with- I
understand
fuck
the
with
stories.
H.
Yeah, I fuck with
with H.
Dave. Like, I want to understand the story. So like, that's what music a lot
A
about.
lot of them just be speaking like their London slang or like their England slang.
That's what I'm
Not
saying.
All of them live in London.
And they be telling me about shit in London. I be like,
Yeah.
oh, like that. So like, that's how I learned about niggas,
them niggas
in
be
the
getting
in
them.
South London. Like,
Yeah.
because of what these niggas is telling me. So if I can't understand you, it's kind of hard for me to fuck with your music. Because it's just like, what the fuck are you telling me, Bad Bunny? Like,
Acid
is Bad
Boys.
Bunny telling me she's shaking her ass and he's loving it, or is he like,
Or is
I'm
he-
about to die tonight? Like, I don't really know what the vibes are like.
Right. Are we doing cocaine or are you depressed?
You know, like, let me
Or
know.
are you doing cocaine because you're depressed?
Also, I want to listen to Calvin Harris. I saw that his album came out, and I want to play that.
Ain't that like alternative? What is that?
No, it is like dance, alternative, you know, funk.
Okay. I was gonna say alternative, but I didn't want to like just put niggas in the box. You know, people don't like labels these days.
Megan Thee Stallion new album came out, and
I heard that shit on alright. I heard a couple snippets on some shorty stories, and I was like, that's a foot tapper.
I feel as though she always has a few foot tappers.
She got the features.
Yeah, I feel like that's never her issue. I feel as though her issue is gonna be like putting something from top to bottom that hits all the
A project.
yeah. Because I think it's just like when you're like that weird, like I do everything. I rap, I sing, I dance, I make fun music, I make bars. It's really hard to make something that is cohesive.
Especially for all of that.
unless you do like one track shit. Like with Drake with this little dance album, he's like, yo, I'm making a dance album. Everything on here is gonna be dance music. So like,
but low-key, the Jones I've heard on the Drake Jones from, because I still haven't played it, but the Jones I've heard, like the way they play into, I don't know if niggas have been picking songs, but like the Jones, it sounds like a song plays into another one.
Yeah, I mean, that's how the album flows.
Like it's just cohesive as fuck.
It's because he made one, because he wasn't trying to do Drake where I make one song for the girls, I make a rapping song, I make a song for my city. He just made a dance. He's like, yo, I made a dance album.
These messages
from through and through.
Yeah,
1 through 14. I think like with her, if she just get into like her like Tina Snowbag,
that's her best. She
probably could make a really good, but like I don't think she'll ever do that because I think she wants to make a pop song for the radio or for Gap, for the department stores. I'm not mad at it, but I just think like that hinders the. So
that's a label thing.
Well, I also think it's just like, yo, you want to be. Certain people want to be accessible. Like certain people are like that chick Sid. I don't think I don't know if she goes by she, but Sid. I don't think it's a like, yo.
Respect to the pronouns. High five.
Come on, bro. Let's look at the pronouns. I don't think that's a thing where they want to do it like just making music. Like the style the music make is a very particular music, and she's gonna make that music. Sid's gonna make the music, and that's it. I think Kalani's the same type of way. Kalani makes a very particular type of music.
You listen to Kalani, man?
I do.
Would you agree?
She actually just put out an album. I actually wouldn't agree. I think she's one of the,
She tries to hit everything?
No, I think she's just R&B.
Well, very particular. I think her R&B is a very particular.
What's the Peeping Over the Gate album?
I don't know the name off the top of my head, but
that's the last joint I listened to.
That one is got the bangers on it.
Yeah, that joint got some Jones on it.
Nah, the joint she just dropped, Blue Water Road. That joint was pretty tough.
But like, what's the sounds?
I'm gonna smoke to it.
I would just say the new age R&B. It gives Janae vibes, just not druggy. It gives
she's sober now.
It gives I got niggas, they cheated on me. I'm gay now. I'm cheating. It's just a bunch of cheating shit that she be talking about. So
but I'm talking about more the sound, not content, but like, what is it?
That sound, I mean,
does it sound airy? Does it sound like futuristic? Does it sound?
I mean, it's more Cali fun vibes is what it is.
Yeah, and I feel like that's always been kind of her wave, right?
Synths and shit. I like that shit.
I didn't say there's anything wrong. I just think that like she has a very particular type of sound that's for her. I don't think it's just like she makes everyone type of music. Like her fans are very.
I never say that Kalani make whisper rap. Or like whisper music. Like Janae be whispering on the track. That's what they be saying.
I'm putting the Kalani, Janae, SZA in like a playlist and they're all blend. They all make the same
type
of music.
I think they all have a range. Yeah. I don't think it's too off. Like, they're all a shade of a color. One might be lighter or darker.
They all purple.
Yeah, exactly. One might be violet. But it's just
one fuchsia.
Yeah, still purple. All right, I like that. Any other vibes that we have tonight? Any other top fives we should think of for maybe a future segment?
No, that was the top of the dome scheme.
All right, I like the top fives. This wasn't as intense as the last one, so I'm gonna need the energy to pick up.
You said what?
This wasn't as intense as the last top five. The last top five got a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Got a little bit.
Niggas weren't holding each other today, huh?
We did fries earlier. What's your top five fries?
I'm sorry, McDonald's is one. I can't help you. McDonald's is one.
Poor baby.
I know. I used to eat McDonald's every day, but I stopped.
Good job.
But like,